happens when a state systematically erases the history of its largest minority? What happens when heritage and identity becomes casualties of a political agenda driven by religious majoritarianism? Under Narendra Modi's government, India has taken yet another controversial step targeting its Muslim citizens, directly attacking Muslim religious and cultural heritage. The recently passed Waqf Properties Amendment Bill 2025 is raising alarms domestically and internationally. Why is a law framed as administrative reform creating such outrage and fear among Muslims? It is the time to expose BJP's anti-Muslim agenda. India's Lok Sabha approved the Waqf Amendment Bill, claiming to streamline management of nearly 1 million acres of Muslim endowment land valued at over $14 billion. These properties include mosques, shrines, graveyards, schools, and hospitals, cherished cultural and religious assets of India's Muslim community. But beneath this facade of reform lies a troubling reality. This law allows the Indian government unprecedented power to directly interfere with and even seize these properties under its new provisions. Non-Muslim officials can now oversee Muslim religious institutions, an unprecedented intrusion not applied to Hindu temples or Sikh gurdwaras. Most disturbingly, the bill demands Waqf boards seek validation of property ownership from local government officials. Given the lack of historical documentation for centuries-old properties, this effectively empowers authorities to classify these historic religious sites as state property overnight. In simpler terms, any mosque or graveyard without colonial-era paperwork could soon become state-owned land. Imagine this scenario. Overnight, historic mosques, schools, and graveyards, symbols of a community's history, stripped away. Who stands to gain from this so-called reform? This is not India's first assault on Muslim rights. In 2019, his government passed the notorious Citizenship Amendment Act, openly excluding Muslims from a citizenship pathway, sparking nationwide protests and international condemnation. Earlier the same year, on 5th August 2019, Modi stripped Kashmir of its special status while subjecting its people to brutal lockdowns and human rights abuses. More recently, the Gyanvapi Mosque faces threats under similar claims, and across India, bulldozers have flattened homes in Muslim neighborhoods as collective punishment under BJP governments. All these incidents follow a single disturbing pattern, marginalizing Muslims through judicial, legislative, and executive assaults. Experts warn that the Waqf Amendment Bill represents yet another escalation, aiming now at erasing Muslim heritage itself. Data and expert reactions paint a grim picture. India's prominent Muslim lawmaker Asaduddin Awaisi condemned the law, declaring it an attack on Muslim fundamental rights. During the parliamentary debate, he dramatically tore up the bill, calling it a declaration of war against India's Muslims. Leading Muslim groups like the All India Muslim Personal Law Board have vowed legal challenges, labeling the law as discriminatory and communally motivated. Even opposition leaders like Rahul Gandhi accused Modi of weaponizing the constitution itself to marginalize Muslims. Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have repeatedly warned about deteriorating conditions for India's minorities under Modi's regime. Consider international reactions. The USA's Commission on International Religious Freedom recently highlighted Modi's India as a country where religious freedoms are deteriorating. Nothing escalating attacks on Muslim institutions. Why then does Modi's BJP push forward despite global criticism and internal opposition? Analysts believe that the Waqf bill isn't merely administrative reform, it's a calculated political strategy aimed at galvanizing Hindu nationalists, voters ahead of crucial elections. By promising the seizure of redistribution of valuable Muslim-held properties, Modi fuels his base, reinforcing a narrative of reclaiming lost Hindu heritage, even if it means erasing centuries of Muslim history. This approach represents a grave threat to Muslims' identity. Since independence, India has claimed to uphold a pluralistic democracy, safeguarding the rights and heritage of all religions equally. Yet today, these principles face existential threats under Modi's government. Muslim identity, their properties, institutions, and even their historical memory are now targets of legislative aggression. And what about the broader regional implications? Pakistan has repeatedly warned the Modi's Hindutva-driven politics threaten regional peace. Islamabad has highlighted the systematic persecution of Indian Muslims as a severe violation of international norms, warning that rising communal tensions within India could destabilize South Asia as a whole. This fear is legitimate. And India, where minorities feel systematically oppressed, cannot promise regional stability. The Waqf Amendment Bill thus isn't just India's internal issue, it is a threat to regional harmony and stability. The facts are clear. Modi's government is legislatively embedding anti-Muslim prejudice into the core of Indian institutions. This is neither accidental nor isolated. It is a part of a deliberate and continuous pattern targeting Muslim rights, dignity, and history. Some crucial questions demand answers. Can India remain truly democratic if it continues systematically marginalizing its largest minority? How can a nation claim secular ideals while actively dismantling the cultural heritage of its citizens? And most critically, how far will Modi's BJP go to reshape India into a Hindu majoritarian state at the expense of minorities? The international community and all those who value human rights must urgently ask whether Modi's India is drifting irreversibly towards religious supremacy, and if so, at what cost to peace, stability, and human dignity? The world watches closely. Will India uphold its constitution ideals, or will the bulldozers of majoritarianism continue unchecked? This is Amara Farad Baloch, and you're watching Nexus Bulletin.